Hello, Stationeers, and welcome back to Venus Getting Started. Here we are with our cooling going again, so the generator's going and cooling us down. Here's our little oxygen setup over here. We're going to be working on that today. First of all, I don't like that the left-hand side is not white. Looking in there, 5.3 megapascal. Oh, that meter doesn't work. Let's see if we can fix that. Take it off and stick it back on there. It does not look like it wants to work. When all else fails, start over. Ah, that's better. And now it's working. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to do some work there. We've got a whole bunch of odds and ends for today. Let's get ready to go outside. We're going to need to make some stuff. There we go. We'll check our batteries. That's better. And the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to take that lander down, just like we said we were going to do. Storm's coming, so we don't want it out here in the storm. The storm will damage it. And mostly we just want to pick up these crates. Not so much because I want to use them, but because I might be able to sell them. Maybe there's some use for them in the future. Go. The next thing on our to-do list was we wanted to make a solar panel and put it on the other side of the base where it would face the evening sun. Gonna need some copper there. Put a bunch of copper in because we're gonna need some cables too. And we're gonna be expanding our machines here. We're gonna make, not enough copper in there. The other thing we're going to make is a tool manufactory, so we might as well make some iron frames to expand our platform here. Oh, there's our solar panel, already done. We needed some cables though. There we go. We need 4 frames. And we're going to need some sheets. So we're going to need some more iron in there. We need 4 for the platform, and we're going to need 2 for the tool manufactory, so we need 6. Cool. Okay. Turn that off and start our tool manufactory just because it takes a while to build it. Almost perfect. And let's go put the solar panel on the roof. It's going to be afternoon soon. Actually, we need to wire it up first because the wire is going to go behind where the solar panel goes. And last one. Okay. And tilt it up. There we go. Yeah, that's pointing west, so that's going to catch the afternoon sun, and then we have some power all day long. Like I said before, I don't want to build a ton of solar panels right now because these are all the type that get damaged in a storm. That's another reason we need a tool manufactory, is we're going to need to be able to make duct tape. So we might as well make one. And that tool manufactory is still being made. So let's go do a little mining while it's happening. I foresee much iron needed in our future, so let's get some iron going. While we're mining, you know, when we started this playthrough here, or walkthrough, there aren't that many things you can do differently on the first day if you want to play like I did and be able to open your visor. If you want to open your visor to be able to drink in a cool and not or a cool and breathable atmosphere, you really have to make a box and suck all the air out and then put some oxygen in there. I don't really see another easy way to go about it. But then on day 2, then you start to have to worry about, well, where do you get more water from? Where do you get, and so on. As you go on through the days, your options increase. Like at this point in the game, the only thing you really need that's coming up eventually is food, and it's a long way away. And I suppose oxygen eventually. I guess the more urgent need would be to refill our jetpack tank, but that's really easy. We'll take care of that today. But really, you have a lot of options at this point, so you don't really have to follow along with what I'm doing. You can kind of just do whatever you feel like. You just have to eventually move towards getting trading going and getting some seeds and then getting a little greenhouse set up. And then once you get to that point, well, then you're pretty self-sufficient, and then you can decide if you're going to build a big base or what are you going to do. So I don't want everyone to think like this is the only way to start a base here. You have a lot of options, especially once you get to day 2 or 3. It really starts opening up. Okay, what we're doing here is we're just trying to make a bigger platform to put our new tool manufactory that we picked up. Yeah, got pipes everywhere. What's that, 16? That's pretty good. We got some piping work to do inside later. I want to build a canister holder and a pipe meter here because the one that's inside is default color yellow, and since we're going to have a tool manufactory, I want to print some white paint and repaint that whole thing. But I want to do it out here. I don't want to paint inside. If you paint inside, you're going to release a whole bunch of toxins like pollutants or X gas in there, and you really don't want to do that. Where is it here? Pipe meter. There we go. So we'll paint some things white out here after we get some white paint, and then we'll take them inside. Make our platform. Have to open this up a bit more. Make a spot for the things to land over here. Ooh, that's gonna bug me. That was weird. Okay, wires and plastic and screwdriver. All done. Wire it up. Cool. Okay, let's get some iron in there and start printing. Meanwhile, I mined all this iron, I might as well get it smelting. It's still a little warm inside because that oxygen in there is, or the waste tanks are heating up the room, so I want to make sure we keep a little coal on the fire and keep it cooling down for a little while. Ideally, if we can get it down below 20 degrees, it'll help keep everything cool in there. Get some duct tape going while we go paint some things here. I need some white pipes too. Or at least one white pipe. You can always make more when you have one. Get these ready to go inside. That's good. Duct tape for the next storm. don't really have to make it ahead of time, but it's handy to have. We already have one in our uniform. Let's keep smelting here. And if we're going to go inside, I like to throw a bit more coal in there. There we go. I think that's it. We're good to go. Okay, once we get inside, we drink some water. The next major thing we want to work on is our oxygen tank there. Discovered something. Now, obviously, we want to make it white, but we discovered something in the experiment section videos that I've been doing. When you bury a pipe halfway in the wall like that, it actually insulates it, or half insulates it. So I want to rerun that pipe so that it's further out away from the wall, and that'll actually help it cool down to the ambient temperature of the room a little bit better. All right, let's start by taking this apart, and we'll replace it with the stuff we brought in here. I'll kind of show you what I mean. Okay, so we're at 5.3 MPa. Let's replace that meter. That's good. So there's 5.3 MPa in there, and we don't want to lose any of our oxygen. So what you want to do is always take it apart from the end. So still, it's more than 5.3 because every time we remove a pipe section, all of it goes into the rest of the pipe. As long as you remove them from the end, you're safe. Just don't remove the last piece. Okay, we've got our white pipe, and we're going to put that back in there. Should still be 5.3. Yep, still the same amount in there. And now we can disassemble the rest of it from the other end. And it'll all just go into the other side. And we're not going to more than about double the pressure, and that pipe can handle 60 MPa. We just don't want to have a canister in there while we're doing this. Okay, let's throw the yellow pipes over here. But when we rebuild this, I want to bring it out from the wall. That way there'll be more surface area of the pipe in contact with the room. And then there's another little trick we learned, which was we can actually add more stubs on here, like T's and so on. And those contribute to the surface area, so they make the pipe transfer heat faster, but they don't affect the volume. So you notice that the pressure gauge isn't moving when I do this. It's got the same volume in there. I need some more white pipes. It's got the same volume in there, but there's more surface area in contact with the room, and it actually does transfer heat faster. So before you have radiators, this is actually a good way to get the pipe to cool down faster. It's kind of neat. Interesting that you can do this with just pipes, because it's pretty cheap. Cool. So let's clean this up. We've got some more things to do with that. Outside. Let's get ready to go back outside again. Gotta put some oxygen in the tank. And if we remember, we've got our waste tank, and we don't want to put the waste tank directly into our oxygen again. Well, that one's cold. Yeah, let's get that 14-degree one. That'll actually help cool it down a bit. It's empty. And we'll swap that and put that on the pile. I think there was another one here. Yeah, 42. I guess we could use that. That's not much warmer than that. I'm not really seeing it go down, but we'll have to watch it. 36.4. There's just a lot of pressure in there, so there's a lot of thermal mass. So it does take a long time to change temperature. I'm not going to actually pick up that other. I'm going to let those cool down for a bit more. And one thing I wanted to do was print some more canisters, and just so that we have more to have in circulation. That way we can have, you know, some in our pack, more cooling down, and we don't have to be putting as warm of a canister back through the filtration system. And I'd also like to have another oxygen tank. So I think I'll grab one and I'll paint it white. Gonna need a little bit more iron. Should keep smelting it. There's a couple canisters there. So the more waste canisters you have and oxygen canisters that you have, the longer you can stay outside too. So it's really just a quality of life thing. And sometimes you get close to running out of air. It's nice to have a backup. Keep that going at night and while we're smelting. There we go. Another oxygen canister. We can fill that with some oxygen when we go in. And then we'll always have a little backup. And while we're out here, let's look at making a little refilling station for our Jetpack canister. I think that looks good. We're going to need an active vent to fill it up. Ooh, need gold, need iron. Lots of iron. And we got a little gold in there too. It's good we did all that smelting last time. Okay. And there's our active vent. And we'll stick that down here. That looks good. And let's see here. We need some more cables. We only have 2 cables. Some of that going. I'll run these pipes while we're here. I've only got white pipes, so I'm going to use this trick where I turn white pipes into yellow pipes by stacking them. There we go. Don't need that many cables yet. Cool. All right, let's wire up this active vent. Cool. And some pipes to finish. Okay. Set to inward, start pumping it up. Now I don't want to walk away from this, because if you overpressure this, well, I guess you could go to 60 MPa, but you don't want to go over 10, that's for sure, because the canister can only handle 10. Somewhere between 7 and 8 is good. Just throw that in there, and there we go. It's hard to unpressure them. I guess you could put a passive vent on them, but the active vents won't repressurize past 100 kilopascals. Cool. So I think we did pretty well here. Let's take these canisters in and get them processed. Wish airlocks were faster. All right. And better take a drink. How's that doing? Oh, it went down a couple tenths of a degree. That's not bad. At least it's going in the right direction. And we'll throw this one on the pile. And we'll fill up some oxygen tanks here. So we'll fill that. We want to go that way. Swap. There. Now we've got some oxygen as a backup. Are any of these ready to get put in the... Oh, 34. That's pretty good. Yeah. Let's take the one that's 34. It's about the same temperature as what's in there. have that as an extra one. Now I've got 2 spare waste canisters, 1 spare oxygen canister, and we're doing pretty well. Well, that's a good day's work. I think this is good for the episode. We got some more stuff planned next time, but yeah, it's good. If you like this, leave a like, subscribe would be great. It helps the channel out, and I can do more of this. So thanks very much. See you in the next episode.